All right, guys, welcome back to the Hoops Nerd Show. A sad one, this one. I'm not happy. I'm bummed. This is the worst outcome you could have predicted. If you had any sort of other outcome, anything else would have been better than what is going on right now with the Jazz. You had a season that started out with so much promise, with two All-Stars, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell. You had an amazing pickup in Bojan Bogdanovic, who has been a nice fit with that starting unit. You didn't have to give up other ancillary players like Royce O'Neal and Joe Ingles. You were able to keep them. All you had to give up was Jay Crowder and Derek Favors, who in hindsight looks like would have been a big time if we could have kept him as our backup center. The only thing was he costs a lot for a backup center, but that's what you had to give up. And you got Mike Conley, who everyone thought would be incredible, that the Jazz would be that dark horse championship contender. And it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart right before our eyes. If you haven't seen, Tony Jones in The Athletic had an article about the coronavirus thing before, during, and after with what happened with coronavirus. And in there's an interesting nugget about how Donovan Mitchell is not interested in reconciling with Rudy Gobert, and it's really bad. And I can tell you, and anyone who made comments on one of my former videos that said, LOL, what a dummy, why would you say that? They're not trading Gobert. Maybe you should listen to me here and there. All right? I'm not going to say I know things, but sometimes I hear things, and I could tell it was really bad. And what I'm telling you right now is what we're seeing is tip of the iceberg. When you go into the house that is on fire and you're the fireman and you see the room that's on fire, you see a closed door. What you see is the smoke from the fire seeping under the door. You don't see all the fire behind the door. What that little line in that Tony Jones article does is it's showing you smoke coming out the door. The handle of that door is red hot. If you open that door, you're going to see a fire going off, and that's what's going on right now. It's bad for the Jazz, and I think it's worse than we probably think, because I think it goes beyond just Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. I think there were just things with the whole organization that have not been done very well. I mean, this whole situation from the time Rudy Gobert when Woj tweeted about Rudy Gobert having the coronavirus till now has been handled so poorly. The Jazz have not stood up for Rudy Gobert at any point. So it's obvious whose side they're on and who you should expect to get traded when a trade happens. I really doubt it's an if, it's when. How do you salvage this? Right now, Rudy Gobert is refusing to not only talk to Donovan Mitchell, but to the Jazz as well. You think it would have been mattered and would have helped if the Jazz might have stood up for their guy? Might have helped. He might be talking to you now. Now you have Rudy Gobert on live streams as I'm recording this video saying things like the truth will come out. Those aren't things people say that are going to come back to this team. It's bad, guys. You might as well in the comments start writing up trade ideas and proposals, because that's all the outcome I can see from this. It's really bad. It's really bad. I don't know how else to tell you. It's really bad. And it's not just players. It's coach not finding a way to squash this, because this was not just a recent thing, guys. This has been going on for a while. You think conflicts like this don't happen in every locker room? Because they do. The problem is when you have conflicts like this go over a long period of time and don't get resolved, you get to a point where a player's going to say, fine, if you're not going to listen to me, if you're not going to do what I want or get this situation fixed, I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to take things into my own hands. And we are now in an era of NBA, basketball, and entertainment or whatever, where the players are in charge. And we're seeing that happen with our team. You've seen that with other teams where players have said, I want out. Jimmy Butler made his way out. This isn't as dramatic as that, but it's going to have the same outcome. There's going to be a trade. You just hope the Jazz can get some sort of leverage with this and make the right move. But it's going to happen at some point. It's not really a matter of when, it's if. And shout out to everyone who made comments before on the last video about this, because guess what? You were wrong. This is a real thing, and it's bad, and now it's out in the open. So we're going to talk about it. I don't really have a side to take, honestly. This is a two-sided thing. It's, two guys that are both all-stars, both stars, different types of stars, but both help their team win in different ways, and both want to be the man. And that's how pro athletes are, and they want to be the guy, and they're gonna fight for their their glory, and they want to be the guy. All these guys want to win, but they want to win in their way. So if you're Rudy Gobert, you want to win with defense. That's what he always talks about. You want to win with defense and being very precise on offense, efficient with baskets at the rim, lobs, oops, and winning that way. We've seen that that's a way you can win. Then you've got Donovan Mitchell, who wants to be the man. He wants to score 30 points a game like Dwayne Wade. He wants to be Dwayne Wade. He wants to do, he wants to be the Flash and score buckets and win with offense. And that's a way you can win. We see that with other teams, and we've seen the Jazz win that way. It's interesting when you see the Jazz play without Donovan Mitchell, or if you see the Jazz play without Rudy Gobert, either way, the outcomes are about the same record-wise. They're not great. It's bad. So if the Jazz don't get something for Rudy Gobert, if they trade him, or if the slim chance they actually just trade Donovan Mitchell, which I doubt, but weird things have happened, they're not going to be good. They've got to find a way to replace that production. And we'll probably talk about trade possibilities for the next month because we don't have anything else to talk about. And I actually think there are some things to talk about that are interesting. But this is bad, guys. There's just no way around it. And if they trade Rudy Gobert, you are probably looking at a rebuild because I believe next year's pick is top 7 protected, for that Mike Conley trade or the year. I can't remember if it's next year or the year after. Let me know in the comments. But I believe I believe they have their pick for this upcoming draft. And then the next one, they got to be bad, like top 7 bad. And so if you're trading Rudy Gobert, they need to be bad, not just like, barely squeaking in the playoffs. No, if you miss the playoffs and don't get your pick, that's really bad. That's like disastrous bad. So what you're looking at is if we trade Rudy Gobert, get ready for a fire sale, especially with the coronavirus outbreak and Larry H. Miller companies struggling like crazy. I know people personally who work for LHM that have been laid off. It's really bad. This is the worst case scenario. Utah's having a bad month. We're having a bad month. Our team's falling apart. We're having earthquakes. Angel Moroni's dropping his horn. It's a bad month for Utah. It's bad. This is really bad. We need a break. I don't know. It's really bad. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not a good outcome, and things just don't seem to be getting better. And I don't even know what to say anymore at this point for this video. If we're just reacting to this conflict between Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, it's not going to end great. Maybe the Jazz can salvage in some sort of nice trade that can replace that production, or maybe create a system that's more geared around Donovan Mitchell's strengths. I don't know, but it's really tough when you have a very obvious conflict with players and other teams know that you have to make a trade. You have less leverage. So it's, there are no good sides to this. This is a poop sandwich, with poison drizzled on top. It's really bad. There's just no good thing out of this. Really none. So you're looking at the Jazz are going to probably at some point be looking at a rebuild. I really don't see any other outcome from this. Because you're not going to be good enough if you lose Rudy Gobert to go deep into the playoffs. You might squeak into an 8 seed, maybe. But Rudy Gobert is that good, guys. It's not going to be an easy thing to get the playoffs without Rudy Gobert when your whole team's designed around him and his defense. It's just not. And so you're going to have to be bad. So that may mean trading other players. Obviously, Mike Conley's probably gone. That's it. That was a 2/3 season. I will remember you for Mike Conley. It's over. And then you might be looking at other guys too. I mean, is Bojan going to be happy that he went to this team in free agency because he knew this was going to be a really good team and now you're falling apart? He's not going to be happy. You probably have to trade Bojan. It's terrible. This is terrible, bad, really bad, bad. But guess what? This channel's pretty good, right? I don't know. We're going to talk about trade proposals. Maybe give me some trade proposals in the comments and we'll even look at them. Let's do trade proposal videos for a month. Why not? We got nothing else to talk about. And I'd rather at least talk about some sort of hope than this sadness that is the Jazz right now. It's bad. Guys, like and subscribe this channel. I'm getting a new computer soon thanks to this stimulus package. We might do some live video Q&As. If you guys like that, let me know. We'll do that. But make sure you're subscribed and you've got notifications on, and comment and like it. It helps me out. Let's grow this channel, guys. And let's hope that this Jazz team can figure it out. But it's bad. Talk to you later.